What's good, y'all, and welcome to another episode of the Jones and Podcast, brought to you by Jones for Sports. We make sports better. I am your host, Jones, and as always, I'm brought to you with my co-host, E. What's good, E?
What's good?
Man, and as y'all know, we got a lot to talk about as far as this NFL free agency, good and some bad. Mostly bad as far as when it comes to me and E, but we'll get into that a little bit later. If Nico shows up, then he got a few things he gonna have to say too as well. But before we get into this, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, y'all hit that like button, y'all comment as the show goes, whatever y'all gotta say, put it up there. We'll put it on the screen and we'll debate it. We'll talk about it and enjoy the show. All right. So yeah, starting off, NFL free agency kicked off a couple days ago, and I'm gonna be honest.
Boy,
Just
did it.
before we get into it, there was a lot of moves. Like I'm not gonna lie, outside of the moves that or the no moves that my team made, basically. Um, I liked it. I like some of the moves that have been made so far. A lot of teams addressed a lot of needs that they need going forward. So I like seeing that. Guys were getting paid. Guys were getting paid what they were deserving. Not asking for the maximum. Like we see a lot of these years, guys are asking for way more than they're worth. And I think some of these teams and players are starting to smarten up and make that happen. Some guys are benefiting from I don't know how they're getting these contracts every year, but they still get paid. Like Cousins, for instance, getting his aid every chance he gets. But
Every time he's a free agent, he gets a bag.
that boy know how to get to the bag. Kirk Cousins know how to get to the bag. So, what is your overall thoughts of free agency so far? Before we get into our teams.
Yeah, outside of like my team wise, it's been crazy to me. Like, I just think that the overall, like for me, the crazy thing is how many guys were like cap casualties.
Yeah,
Like a lot of star
yeah,
players were like cap casualties, like
yep.
key guys to certain teams, you know. And it's just like I don't know, it just changed up a lot of stuff. Like, you've seen a lot of teams, address some issues they've had,
Yep.
and we've seen certain teams not to like throw shots at like yeah, you guys being contenders, not really address nothing. My
Right.
team is just I don't even know question mark of question marks, and then you have a lot of other teams just being quiet. I think the cap has a lot is affecting a lot of teams though.
Yeah, it definitely is. Which is it goes to show you that some of these teams don't really know what the fuck they're doing. Like,
Yeah,
especially when you know that the what do you call it? The salary cap goes up every year, and somehow you still find your way to be in salary cap hell, where you don't manage your money well, and it ends up being a waste. Like I don't understand it. But yeah, it's real interesting, and it like you said, a lot of it was casualties. A lot of guys just they would have loved to see them stay, but they just had to see them go because they couldn't pay everybody. That's one of the things you can't pay everybody. Somebody's got to go, and it is what it is. So um, now let's get into our team specifically. I'll start with my team. I'll get this shit right off my chest because
this
it's
is
gonna be
this
really
this.
short.
I think this would be a quick segment.
It's gonna be a real quick segment because the Cowboys. First, before we get into what the Cowboys did, let's just talk about what Jerry Jones said after our playoff loss. After he said all these things out over the years, all the money I would spend to see another championship before I retire, and all these things he said. Then the latest comment was all in. We're going all in. Oh, okay, Jerry Jones. We're going all in. I guess our all in is different than your all in because what you did in free agency so far was you re-signed our long snapper. Good signing there. Great job there because that's a vital piece of our offense and our team's
That
success
could be
is
that
our
could
long
be the
snapper.
that could be the missing piece.
That could be the missing piece. We could be done if we don't get that guy re-signed. Shit, we don't got our long snapper. I don't even know his name. That shame on me. I should know his goddamn name. He should be. Good job on that, Jerry Jones. And one I actually did like, I will applaud, that I saw when I woke up today. We got Eric. Um,
Oh,
damn, I
Eric
forgot his
Kendricks. Yes, Eric
Eric
Kendricks.
Kendrick. Sorry, now that's a good signing right there. That and it was a linebacker that
Yeah,
we needed
that's something
because
you guys didn't have last year.
we didn't, and which is weird because we always have a linebacker. But
Yeah,
obviously, Van Der Esch got injured with his neck injury, and he's just not the same player that when his first couple years in the league when he was just lighting them up. But Eric, he can play now. That's a linebacker that gets after the ball. He led his team in tackles last year for the Vikings, so I was happy about that. But I was expecting a little bit more than that, Jerry Jones. But but given that I know how my owner works, I'm not surprised. Am I upset about it? Absolutely. But am I surprised? Not one bit. Because Jerry, this is what Jerry does. He sells our fans a hope, a dream. Every year he says we're going to the Super Bowl. This reminds me of these 90s, our 90s years, and this and Cowboy Nation eats it up. Oh yes, we're going to the Super Bowl because Jerry said this reminds us of this. And we eat it up every goddamn time. Why? I don't know. I fell into it in the early years, but over the past 5 years, I've smartened up, I've wisened up, and I suggest you guys do the same. Jerry will sell us a dream, and what he did to soften the playoff disgusting blow that we took to the 49ers was to sell another dream. All right, well, damn, Cowboy Nation is going crazy right now. They're not trusting us. They're not believing in us. What can I tell them that will soften this blow? Free agency. We're going all in. That will soften the blow. And what did it do? Of course, Cowboy Nation's looking forward to free agency. All right, cool. We lost, but we good. Jerry said he going all in this year. So that means we're gonna sign somebody. We're gonna sign a big free agent. It's gonna happen. Day one comes, crickets. Day two comes. Oh, Cowboys signed someone. Who is it? Long snapper. Okay. Day three comes, crickets. I wake up today, Eric Kendricks. I love it, but that's it. That's it. So when it comes to Jerry Jones, we know he loves the draft. He loves signing, getting these draft picks and saying, having the credit on him that, hey, yeah, I drafted him. I did that, but it doesn't pan out to shit because where's the rings, Jerry? Where are they at? So you getting all these damn beautiful draft picks that you're paying millions of dollars to that don't pan out to shit because you're about to pay Dak Prescott another reset
I
the
think
market
that has a
again.
lot to do with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely it does. Because we're about to get Dak another bag. This is about to be his, I think, second bag or third bag. Second bag, I think. But it's still a big bag. And he's going Dak Prescott, everyone. Dak, who just got smacked in the first round, is about to reset the market. Think about that. Think about that, y'all. So miss me with all that. It's about rings and all that shit. Miss me with that. All you got to do is put up numbers during the regular season, and you're gonna get a bag. Another, we'll get to him later, but another one I mentioned him. Kirk Cousins got another bag, and he got one playoff win, and he got three bags.
And he's how
My
old?
man,
Mid
what
30s?
30? Yeah, 34, I think, something like
Off
that.
off an Achilles injury?
My man has made over $300 million in his career.
Yeah, that's
One
outrageous.
playoff one. So I don't want to hear all that. The rings and all that shit. No, in the NFL, just put up numbers. So that's my rant about the Cowboys, Cowboy Nation. Please, uh, your comments, please. I would love to hear what y'all say about our owner, and if y'all have finally woken up to realize that he is not. He is just selling you guys a a dream. I'm saying you guys because I don't fall for that shit no more. I woke up. I realized it. I ain't falling for that shit no more. You
You're
ain't
a
hyping
woke
me up.
you're a
I'm
woke
woke.
Cowboys fan.
I'm a woke Cowboy fan. That's why a lot of Cowboy Nation fuck with me. That's why a lot of Cowboy haters fuck with me because they're like, you know what, you someone that realizes what everybody else see. It's all fake. But that's all I got on the Cowboys. Jerry, whatever. Denver Broncos. How do you feel the Denver Broncos
Um,
did in this free
I'm
agency?
not gonna get too much into it because I think last week I went in. I went off a little. I went off. Last week enough. I mean, a lot of it, like I said last week, we was in cap hell. One of the biggest cap casualties, Justin Simmons, an All-Pro
Mm,
safety, top 3 safety in the league. We had to let go. So I knew we weren't gonna make no big signings because we have to get rid of. We have to trade Jerry Judy, which I'm not mad because, like I said, hasn't really done nothing in the league since we drafted him.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I wasn't shocked they didn't sign nobody big. We signed Brandon Jones from the Dolphins, who,
Mm.
from what I heard, is good tackler, good blitzer, not that great in coverage. That's what I want from a safety who can't cover. That's what I want from a safety who can't cover.
I love it. I love
We don't have probably the
the
best tight end
graphics.
in football in our division that you got to go up twice a year, but I'll take a safety who can't cover. And then, of course, a bunch of, former Saints because that's all we do in the NFL. We sign guys that used to play for a head coach when he played over there. I won't be surprised they sign Michael Thomas. Who knows?
Mm.
Slant boy.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not mad and I'm not happy because it's like I expected it. They're in like a weird spot. Like I hope just if you're gonna do it, fully commit to the rebuild.
Right. Exactly. Facts. I
You
agree
know
with
what I
that.
mean? Fully commit to the rebuild. You have a young corner in Patrick Surtain. Build around him. Give him his extension and just go from there. Draft a young quarterback or go get Justin Fields, who's young, and just build. Start young and build. You're not gonna compete
Uh,
with this roster, so just build with this.
exactly.
Just I hate teams who don't who stick in that limbo area and just like we're rebuilding, but we're trying to go just rebuild.
Exactly.
You're
It's
not
all.
gonna
It's
compete
either
with the
you're all
Chiefs.
in or you start over.
You're not gonna compete with the Chiefs. Like the rest of our
That
division is
division is going
blah.
to get better. It's getting
Yeah,
better.
yeah, it gets better, but you just never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Like
True. True.
Vegas shows that they couldn't compete, but then they can be the Raiders that we all know and suck.
True.
Chargers
Got to see it.
have defense was terrible last year. Yeah, they got Harbaugh, but Harbaugh's an offensive guy.
Yep.
Who knows? You know what I mean? With us, who knows? Like I said, it's just like I said, just fully commit to the rebuild and go from there.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Is there any outside of quarterback? We know that's something that you guys obviously need. What you guys just went through. Outside of that position, what other position do you think that your team needs to address that is a need to start this rebuild?
Offensive line. Um, Offensive line from the games I did watch last year, even though I do put blame on Russ as well, because I feel like a lot of times he was just so worried about not throwing interceptions. He would
Yep.
take nothing but checkdowns. He was throwing 2 yard passes, and it was like, what are you doing?
I
Like
I
I feel
I
like for the interceptions he didn't throw last year, he was fumbling the ball.
mhm. Yeah,
So on the
holding on to
offensive
it a little
side,
too
yeah,
long.
definitely offensive line. Defensively, linebacking. And now some more secondary. Our secondary is going to be a question mark. I like the re-sign of PJ Locke because he actually was pretty good for us last year. Got a lot of
Right.
interceptions. I know we're getting Caden Stearns back, who was supposed to be a starting safety last year, but he got hurt. I think in preseason he got hurt, which
Mm.
forced them to go re-sign Kareem Jackson. But yeah, obviously some pass rushers. Like you with the Broncos on the defense, like they always got a good defense. And they
Right.
always got some
Exactly.
pass rushes. And I that's the one thing they always end up doing is they get pass rushes. They build unknown pass rushers into top guys. They leave, get paid, and it's just a cycle.
Yeah.
We signed Randy Gregory, didn't work out.
Yeah.
Frank Clark didn't work out. Like, just build through there.
Yeah, I hear you. Last question as far as when it comes to the Broncos. With the history of you guys having problems with the quarterback position ever since Peyton left, do you trust your GM and those guys to get a quarterback in the draft or go out and get somebody, given the history that it hasn't really worked out?
Um, I would say no, not really.
John
But
Elway
then
is still
again,
your GM, correct?
no, it's George Patton. That's the thing. I
Oh,
believe
okay.
Patton. I'm not sure if he was there when. I think if he was there, the only quarterback he did draft was Drew Lock.
Okay.
So he wasn't a part of like those other ones were the Elway decisions. But then
Got
again,
it.
Patton was the one who went out and got Russ and all of this. But drafting wise, there's quarterbacks there.
Right. Yeah, there is for
I
sure.
prefer going
What
young.
what position you guys are at in the draft?
15.
Okay. Okay, that's not
So
bad.
I obviously the Drake Mays, the Caleb Williams, the Jaden Daniels ain't gonna be there. You're
Right.
looking at maybe JJ McCarthy,
Which is
Michael
not bad.
Penix,
Yeah, I would love to get Penix.
or
Man, he
Bo
looks.
Nix, maybe.
Yep. There's still a
We're
good
looking
amount
at
out
like
there.
that
Absolutely.
level. We're looking at maybe that level. I wouldn't mind, Michael Penix at all. I'm actually big on him.
Yep.
But like I said, if not, I make the trade for Fields. He's still young.
Yep.
I don't want any of the
Absolutely.
older guys out there. Why spend money on a vet that you're not ready to compete? So get somebody that you can build around. And you know something? I forgot who said it. Somebody on ESPN. They were talking about if you get one of these young guys or Justin Fields or whatever, these coaches all like, "Oh, he doesn't fit into my system." When coaching is all about teaching that system to the guy. So I'm
100%.
tired of hearing what systems guys don't fit in. If you're a coach and a real
100%.
coach is supposed to coach that system to the player.
1000%. I agree with you. Um, that just brought me to it, just popped in my head. Like, I had that situation in high school when I used to play, I played pretty much a lot of positions, but I played quarterback. Um, but first, my sophomore year, I played corner, started at corner, did well there. But I remember having a conversation with my coach and being like, "Yo, coach, I could use you. I mean, you guys could use me on offense. Like, I know I'm good on defense, but I'm also an offensive threat as well." And I remember him telling me like, "We're gonna work something out for you. We're gonna work something out," and he did. The next year, they changed their completely changed offense from
Technical difficulties.
there you go. All right,
Technical
sorry about that,
difficulties.
y'all. We had some technical difficulties, but we back in the building.
I think that was
We back
Jerry.
in the building.
Jerry was tired of you talking shit.
You heard me talking shit, but Jerry, I hope you start listening and I won't have to talk that shit. I mean, goddamn. But basically what I was saying was my coach adapted to the personnel that I was. He knew I wasn't. I'm not. The quarterback we had before us was 6'4", and had a cannon and
Yeah.
was the prototypical quarterback. Obviously, that's not me. I'm 5'6" and got speed, and I ain't got a big arm like that, but I could throw. But they changed it to a speed option offense, and we had
Yeah.
success. So to your point, the coach knew, all right, we can't do that same offense with Sean at quarterback, but we can do something to utilize what he's good at, which is speed option and all that stuff. And we killed. So to your point, it's about your personnel when it comes to coaching. So Sean Payton gonna have to adjust to the times. You don't have the same typical quarterbacks that you used to, and the quarterback that you had in Drew Brees. You're gonna have to adjust to that. But we don't have Nico here, so we'll wait on him on the next episode to speak on his Eagles. I'm glad that he's not here because I didn't want to hear his ass talk about the goddamn Eagles and how they got Saquon and he think they're gonna do some things and shit like that. They got Devin White too. Congratulations to them for
They
that.
got
That's a
damn
good
near
pickup.
everybody.
They doing some things, but we'll let Nico speak on it when he get here. So let's get into the free agency winners. So give me your top three winners of free agency so far.
Obviously, we have to say Eagles.
Okay.
Like they're one of the teams. They addressed the issues they had. They lost Swift. They go out and get Saquon. They bring Gardner Johnson back to help that secondary. Devin White.
Yep.
Like, it's, I gotta give them their credit. You know what I mean? Trying to think of some other teams that I like. I like some of Houston's moves.
Mm-hmm.
Picking up Hunter from um Minnesota is definitely gonna
Minnesota,
help
yeah.
that defense. You know, I wish
Yep.
they would have went and got a receiver to help
Yeah.
out CJ Stroud. I like the re-signing of Dalton Schultz. That was big.
Yep. Big.
Um, who else? Let's see. I gotta give a little credit to Atlanta as well.
Yep.
Bringing Kirk Cousins in, putting a real quarterback with those weapons. I gotta give him credit. Oh, and I give a little in Jacksonville as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's another team. Got some weapons. They lost Ridley. They picked up Gabe Davis.
Yep.
They gotta give Trevor Lawrence some help.
Absolutely. Especially he'll be back healthy next year. Last season he wasn't all that healthy, but with some weapons, absolutely. Absolutely. So who just you said the Falcons, you said Texans, and you
Houston
said
and obviously Philly.
and Philly. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. My top three was Falcons for sure because they already got the pieces there. Now they got a quarterback that can sling
The
the ball.
reason
Now we
why I say
know,
them as well, now with that what they had, the eighth pick or the ninth pick, they can go and
yep,
get another receiver there.
exactly. They
Instead of
can
using that to
shore up
get
some
a Justin
needs.
Fields.
Absolutely, they can definitely do something with that. It was
And they just picked up a
they
receiver today from Arizona. Rondell Moore, they traded for Desmond Ritter.
yeah. Oh yeah. That just happened today. No, they're put in position. The only thing is, like I said before, one playoff win, Kirk Cousins. So are they? How much success are they willing? Are they gonna? How far can they go?
I mean,
Um, with the Bucks still being in there, that's still
that's
gonna
what I
be
was
a
gonna say. That
competition.
division is still wide open.
Yeah, for sure, wide
That
open.
division's damn near open every year.
Exactly, it's always open. That's one of the worst divisions in the league, if not the worst division in
Shit.
the league.
7 wins gets
So
that
yeah,
division.
exactly. Eight got it done last year.
Shit.
Um, so yeah, Falcons. I loved what they did there. Um, let me see. I want to say. I'm not gonna lie. This one's they got me a little bit, and this is another division rival. The Commanders.
Yes, they
They
spent some money.
made a
I mean,
lot. They spent money,
wait. They had $96 million to spend. You might as
and
well
they
spend it.
exactly Commanders. I'm not gonna lie. I liked what they did, even though that's a division rival. I'm still not worried about y'all, motherfuckers. So Don't get all hyped. Y'all still got to show and prove. You
I'm
still got to
surprised they
show and
got.
prove. But
I thought you guys were gonna land Bobby Wagner,
yeah, I thought we would land someone bigger than Eric Kendrick. No
but
offense
I
to
mean, I
him.
get
I
it.
think
He
he's
went
great,
with
but
Dan Quinn, so
right. And that's the other thing. Dan Quinn stole a lot of our boys. Like he stole a lot of our guys. He got a lot of our defensive linemen.
didn't you
He
lose
got
your
one of
starting
our O
center to
line.
them?
Yeah, exactly. Like we a lot of he got a lot of guys, and I get it because Dan Quinn is a great defensive coach. So I respect those guys that went over there. It is what it is. But Commanders, I like what they did.
Yeah,
I forgot what position they are, and I think they're top 5 in the draft. Second. So yeah, they're going to be in a great position to get a quarterback. If need be. I think they did get a quarterback. Oh, Mariota. So that he'll probably be in either
oh no,
starter to start the
they
season
got,
or you
depending
know,
on who they want and depending on what the Bears do,
right,
they
right.
get their pick of either probably Jaden Daniels or Drake May.
hmm Yep, they're in a good position. So Commanders, I think they're another team, and then lastly, a sneaky great win for them was the Steelers. I think the
Yes,
Steelers, even though we haven't seen Russ look like Russ, but he is better than what the Steelers have at quarterback right now, and that team, nobody thought
and
outside of believing in Mike Tomlin, that team gets to the playoffs every year. They just missing that one piece, and they added Patrick Queen on the defensive side, and they're already solid
yeah,
on defense. So
the
you add him, that
all
team's
right.
going to be something. Russ just got to be smart and play a little bit
The
better.
only thing with that is obviously my stance on Russ, but for what you got him for, you got to take that. You basically
Yeah.
paying nothing for him. But the only
Yep.
thing I don't like on that is you got Russ, but you did lose Deontay Johnson.
Yeah. Yes, you did. That definitely hurt.
I mean,
Um.
I get getting a corner to help, on the other side of Porter after getting rid of Patrick Peterson. I love the
Yep.
Patrick Queen signing. That was one of the moves I was mad about. I was like, damn,
Yeah. That was a big one.
because
That was a big
Pittsburgh
one.
knows how to get linebackers.
Yep. Exactly. So, another one that just for honorable mention, you mentioned the Texans. They also got Mixon, so that'll help CJ Stroud with a good running back to help him out back there after they lost Devin Singletary. Um, Raiders, even though they still are a work in progress, now they got Minshew, a veteran quarterback who's better than McConnell, who wasn't horrible, but now you got a quarterback that knows how to play quarterback, and that can be the center of your building piece from now on. You already got
Oh
a
yeah,
defense
they
that's
might
pretty
go get a
solid.
quarterback in the first round.
Yeah, exactly. So you still they're still gonna make some moves. So and then the Ravens, you could put them in that you could I'll put the addition of Henry in there, but as a whole, they did lose some pieces. Odell, they lost Queen. I think they lost another defensive guy on
Yeah,
there.
they
But
lost players on defense.
yeah, so that defense might not look the same. But again, Baltimore is always known for defense, so they'll make that work. But Henry with Lamar, and they're already a ridiculously great running team. Shit.
Yeah,
Shit.
you can't you can't worry about just Lamar being the one to run, and I like the reason why I like that pairing is the type of runner Derrick Henry is.
Right. He fits
You,
perfect for that team.
like the balance, just the run
Punch you
game
in the mouth.
balance is gonna be crazy.
Yep. And
But
then
we need
that's
Lamar to get back to Lamar. I understand he won the MVP. He didn't run as much, but
right.
if he can still show
Absolutely.
that he can still run the way he did, ooh, ooh,
Absolutely. And that's the other thing. Adding a guy like Henry only is going to put more guys in the box. So now Lamar can really advance. He's already gotten better as a passer. Now he really can get better. If they add another receiver to replace Odell, even though Odell didn't light up the
yeah,
scoreboard or anything like that, he wasn't Odell of old. But still, if you get him another paired to with Zay Flowers and Andrews back. Bateman probably is still there. Like that could
And
be a real offensive threat.
that rookie tight end they had.
Yeah, that came in for
Yeah,
Andrews. Yep,
they got some weapons there.
absolutely. So the Ravens is definitely another team. Now let's move on to the loser side. And I will be the first to say my goddamn Cowboys is number one on that goddamn list.
They was gonna be
Cowboys
they're gonna be
number
on mine.
one. They are number one on that goddamn list
And
because we know what exactly we need to address, and we only address one piece of that. We
the
still
reason
need
why
defensive linemen. We we still need someone to replace Gilmore because they haven't re-signed Gilmore yet. So if we're not going to resign Gilmore, let's go get us another fucking corner
not even
because
just that, like
shit, when those
replacing
two guys
Gilmore,
were
yeah,
together,
but
Lord,
is Diggs gonna be healthy by the start of the season?
right, exactly.
But
That
no,
you got to put that in account.
my thing with you guys is like you were a playoff team. All you did was lose pieces. You didn't like, and the
Exactly.
fact that you lost. All right, Tony Pollard didn't have a great year. You lost him. This was the year to go out and sign running backs. I thought you guys
Yeah,
would have landed Aaron Jones because I'm
yeah,
like, oh, the
exactly,
Texas guy. You see, he beat you in the playoffs, and the fact
exactly.
that
He
you
beat
guys
us.
just like would to the point where I was like, all right, they're gonna end up with Derrick Henry. Nah, he went to Baltimore. Like,
I
I think
thought
every
something was going to
top
happen.
running back was linked to you guys, and it was just like,
Yep,
nope,
yep.
nope, 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 nope,
Just
nope.
pass,
Like,
pass, pass, and it just goes
okay,
back to Jerry being such a him thinking of himself as a draft guru. And I give him credit where credit's due. He has made some great draft picks, but it hasn't amounted to shit. It hasn't amounted to shit.
I
So I don't
mean,
care
if we
about these
think
goddamn
about
draft
the
picks.
last couple years, the great draft picks, Diggs, CD,
Micah,
Micah, it looks like Jake Ferguson, the tight end.
Ferguson, yep.
I'm not that kid who had all them pick sixes this year.
Bland,
Bland,
yep.
but like yeah, like Dak.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke was
Elliott
the
at
first.
one point, yep.
Zeke was a first round pick. He was like a number 4 pick. He was supposed to hit.
Right, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
But yeah, yeah, I definitely agree with you. You guys definitely one of the losers. Like I said, I'm not saying it just to like throw it in because, like I said, you guys were a playoff team.
Right,
I think
absolutely.
if you look at every playoff team, they did something.
Yep. Exactly. They did. And because you're supposed to make that next step. There's a few other teams that's on the loser board. Actually, I'll say one more that was more like the Cowboys and the Nuggets, the Broncos that didn't do anything. But this team was also another playoff team and lost players. The Buffalo Bills. They went on a garage sale and got rid of a lot of the players. So
They did, but I get it if that makes
okay,
sense.
explain. Explain.
They got rid of Tre'Davious White, who's been injured the last 2 to 3 years.
Yep.
Jordan Poyer, same thing. I know he's one of their leaders. He's been injured a lot. Um, the offensive lineman, get it. Gabe Davis, he had a decent year 1 year after that.
He's
This year he
pretty
wasn't
good.
the
I
same.
liked him.
I do too, but they did replace him. They got Hollins from Atlanta.
Okay. So I didn't
They
see that.
just picked up a receiver too. I forget. So like they did do what they did to replace him. I'm not mad they didn't sign a running back because Cook
They got
had a
their
real
guy.
good
Yep.
year for them.
Yep. They got their
It
guy.
looks like they're sticking with Diggs.
Yep.
Josh Allen restructured that deal,
Mm-hmm.
so they gave him more cap space. Do Could I see them as a loser? Yeah, because they definitely could have made some bigger moves. Because they're one of those teams who, all right, you've been here. It's time to get to here now, and you still can't get here.
Yep.
So yeah, I would say they're a loser based on the fact of we're expecting them to see them make that next step, get to a Super
Exactly.
Bowl already.
Right. That's the only reason why I have them in the loser part is because of that. I understand the moves to make create cap space, and they did address some of those parts that they
I think
missed
they
that
had to
they
get
left
younger on the defensive side and more athletic.
and healthy. Yeah, for sure. Who are some of your losers? I
The
know you got the
Giants,
Cowboys.
the
Good
Giants,
one.
the
They're
Giants,
on my
the
list too.
Giants. Giant fans, let me say this right now. Stop the bullshit of Saquon this, Saquon that. I understand you mad he went to a rival in Philly. You guys didn't offer him a contract. You guys had the
Exactly.
chance to re-sign him last year, but you decided, nah, Daniel Jones is the future of this team. So now your quarterback room is Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, and Tommy DeVito. Good luck with that. You know me. Like I'm a Yankee fan. I'm a Ranger fan. After that, I don't care for New York sports. Like
Yo,
I'm just
no,
tired of Giant
definitely.
fans. They were burning jerseys. Like you idiots, you burning a jersey for a guy you didn't offer a contract to.
Exactly. Who was the highlight of your season?
His
Like
this
what
was his let's and you mad because he went to Philly. Okay, but do you hear who it came down to? It was Philly, Houston, or the Bears.
exactly.
He's gonna go
Houston
to
would have
where
been a
he
nice
thinks he
one.
has the best chance to win.
Hmm.
Philly. Oh wait, he knows
He's
PA a
from
little because
there.
he went to college there, right?
Exactly.
So I say the
Exactly.
Giants. Another team too. I know what they're doing, but who's to say it's gonna work out? The Cincinnati Bengals.
Mm,
I know they're trying to
mm,
clear up money because I know what they want to do. They're trying to clear up some of that money for Justin Jefferson.
yep. Mm.
But
Sheesh.
that line, we all know if you can't keep Burrow healthy,
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
mad at losing Joe Mixon because he's fell off a little. Cool, and
Right. It's still
it
on his mind.
actually helped them trading because at least you got something for him and you didn't take no cap hit.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because they remember they still gonna have to pay Jamar.
Hmm.
No, I mean losing Tyler Boyd might hurt them, especially if they end up trading T Higgins,
Yep.
who I'm not mad he demanded a trade because
Absolutely. He's the number one. He wants to get paid like one.
yeah. But I have them and the Jets a little bit.
Mm.
They lost Bryce
Okay.
Huff.
Yep.
They haven't really added nobody. I feel like all the
Yeah.
Jets want to do is make the splash move. Splash
Yeah.
move's not
Exactly.
out there for them. I wouldn't be surprised they end up with like an Odell or somebody. I heard they were a dark horse for maybe T Higgins.
Mm. That would be a thing.
I feel like the Jets were basically hoping on the Raiders trading Devontae Adams, and that's not happening.
Right.
So
That'll be
that yeah.
interesting. That it will be interesting. Um, but yeah, those are our free agency winners and losers. It's not over yet, so we'll still see what happens within the next few days. Draft is next month, right? April.
Yeah.
Yeah, April. So there's going to be a lot of build up coming up in the next few weeks till then. We'll just still have these conversations of when these moves are happening. Um, and yeah, it's either going to be good or it's going to be bad. So you're going to see us up or you're going to see us down. It
Just
is
think
what it
about it
is.
this way: for our two sakes, it can't really get worse.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. You can only go up from
The
here
only way I can see us
at
getting
this
worse is
point.
getting rid of Patrick Surtain.
Oh man, I don't even want to say how we can get worse because we always find a way. So, and
Yeah, signing Dak
Cowboy
to like
haters,
a $350 million contract.
it's gonna be ridiculous. But oh, one other thing I wanted to say, and this goes out to all the people that really want to learn how to fucking win, and that understand that if you are that guy, that your team's gonna find a way to get you paid somehow, some way. But it doesn't all have to be at one time. Patrick fucking Mahomes restructured his deal again for the second time
I
in
mean,
his mega. contract. Of course, it is a mega contract that he had, so
No,
obviously
no. I
it's
I
not
was just
that big
gonna
of a
say.
deal.
I mean,
But
we
for
all
him to
knew
be
he
that
would have
selfish
to.
to make sure, do yeah, I mean, absolutely, you got
When he
to.
first signed
But
that deal, everybody's like, "That." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a great deal for him," but in the long term, it's gonna hurt them.
right,
I
but
feel like that.
even when he signed that deal, he said,
Oh no,
there's going to
that
be.
he's. I'm not taking. Listen, I always root against him, but I'm not taking nothing away from him. No, I'm not taking him. Like I won't. I'd be a fool to take away because how many people would be like, nah.
Exactly,
It's like you got to give it to
keeping
him.
all this money.
Brady done it every year.
Right, exactly. It just shows to how much he really he really wants to win. It's
Yep,
about winning. He's gonna make his money. He is the face of the NFL. The money's coming no matter what. If it's not from the Chiefs, it's coming from the NFL. It's coming from commercials. It's coming from every fucking which way. You are the face of the NFL, and you were what, 24 years old, something like that. So you got a long, long way to go and a lot of more bags to come. Like
let's hope
you still
not.
got more contracts to go. Yeah,
Let's hope not.
not you don't want to see that happen, but I do because right now, as the Cowboys keep fucking up, I am a fucking Chiefs fan. I'm rooting for you, Patrick. I'm hoping. Oh, and they got. Oh, how dare I forget the Chiefs as one of the winners of getting the centerpiece of their defense, Chris Jones. Now they got to do one more thing because that's why I brought it up in the first place of Patrick restructuring this deal because now they can possibly re-sign their corner,
Sneeze.
Sneed, which would be huge because they're a young defense, and if they can keep that core defense together, watch out, Lee. Like the 3-peat is really in motion. It's really in motion. Now it's the NFL. Anything can happen. It's never happened in the history of the league, so I wouldn't be surprised if somebody would knock them off. But if there's any team that could do it outside of the old Patriots, it would be this team. It would be this team. So shout out to Patrick Mahomes for being selfish um, and trying to make history continue history because I love seeing it. I hated it as Brady was doing it, but that's because I just didn't like Brady. But Patrick Mahomes, I am a fan of, so I do like seeing it. On the other hand, he doesn't because he has to see that motherfucker twice a year, and it hasn't gone well for them. So
And now we got him this year. We beat him.
you did, yeah, you
We
did
shut him
get him.
out
You
too.
did, you definitely did. Y'all did get his ass, for sure. But yeah, any other things that you want to bring up, as far as the NFL goes?
Nah. Oh yeah, one thing. I like how the players are anymore. Like I'm tired of hearing fans saying guys have to be loyal.
Yeah,
If you're a
fuck
player,
that.
go get your bag.
Go get your bag.
Let's stop being loyal because look at it. It shows you. Like I started this show earlier. How many guys get cut a year or 2 years after signing big contracts?
Yep,
Because, like you said, because these guys don't know how to manage the cap.
exactly.
So if you have a
Exactly.
chance to get yourself a bag, go get your bag.
Go get your bag because the NFL is a business. Yes, it's an entertainment business, but it is a business nonetheless. And they will treat it like a business.
I'm tired of hearing, oh, he doesn't want to win. Man, fuck winning if you could get a bag.
The Broncos just took an $85 million cap hit, the most in NFL history by double the old record. By double. That's how much proves to you they do not give a fuck. We will take the hit. We will take the hit and we'll get rid of your ass and leave you out on the streets. And now, obviously, the player will take that, but in that situation, but still, it still shows. Damn, it also brings back like, damn, am I really that good, or am I? It starts making you question yourself as a player. So, like he said, take the bag, go get that goddamn money. Don't take no shortcuts. Don't take no um, hometown discounts unless you are in position like Patrick Mahomes, where you can get that bag and then come back to it later.
Yeah, or
Do
unless you're
something like
Kirk
that.
Cousins.
Right. Unless you're Kirk Cousins, you're getting that bag after bag after bag.
There needs to be an
Um,
investigation on his agency What dirt they be having on these
Like,
front offices? Like shit,
shit, I want his agent. God
for
damn,
real.
they know how to get that man the bag. One playoff win. I remind y'all, one playoff win. That is fucking crazy. Shout out to Kirk Cousins. What did they call him during the season? What were they calling him? When he, yeah,
Kirko.
Kirko. Kirko was getting the bag. That's what you talk about. But that the last thing I wanted to say, because I just have to bring it up because I just can't let the show end without mentioning it. Two things actually. I've been hearing some reports about Caleb Williams. I don't know if they're all true, but a lot of them seem consistent as far as him being, how do you put this? I don't know how to put it, but without being judgmental or anything like that. But I've been hearing reports that he's having these demands and all these things, that he wants this, he wants that, he wants this, he wants that. If these things are true, and it seems that some of the, not all of them, some of them are definitely fake, but a lot of them that are consistent seem to be true. And if they are, come on, man. And his pops is involved. He's starting to act like LeVar Ball. My son won't do this. My son won't do that. I need this. I need that. This motherfucker didn't play a goddamn down in the NFL yet. Slow your goddamn roll. Let's wait till we see what the boy can do in the NFL. We saw what he can do in the college football, and it was
Can
great in moments, but he also wasn't
you
great
know?
in moments. So
Everybody says
let's chill out.
Everybody says he's a generational talent, right? When Burrow was in college, we knew Burrow was him.
Mm-hmm.
He won a national title. You could say, yeah, he did had damn near an NFL team, cool, but he did that in the SEC.
Yeah, exactly.
Caleb Williams has never been to a college
National championship.
championship.
Yep.
I'm like I said, I've never been really. Do I think he's good? Yeah, but I just haven't been sold on this generational talent. He should be the unanimous number one pick. I'm not. I'm sorry. Like I said,
Me
a
too.
lot of the attitude doesn't sell me neither. You know, telling teams,
Exactly.
"Look, you went to the combine just to show face, and then telling teams I'm
Exactly.
not going to throw. If you want to see me throw, watch my in game
My hot,
tapes.
exactly. What type of shit is that? And
What
today he was supposed to be at I think the Bears
pro day?
pro day or something like that, and he was at a golf game,
Yeah, I'm
a
not. I
golf
don't know.
tournament. Like, I'm
I'm
with
kind
you.
of starting to
I'm
agree
not
with
blown
Nick.
away about him.
I'm starting to kind of agree with Nick Saban a little. The
Hmm.
NIL is hurting college
It is.
sports
It is. They got
because
to
I
have
feel
a
like
little bit more
some of
control.
these
It's too
guys are
much money.
coming in a little too entitled already because they got themselves a little bag. So
Yep. Exactly. It's getting out of control. And they got to get this in control. And it's expected because it's brand new. There's going to be some loopholes. There's going to be some of
I
these
just don't
things
like the
going on, but
demands
they
for
need to get
somebody
in
who hasn't
control.
played a down of
Exactly.
professional football.
Exactly. You got a Heisman Trophy. You didn't get back to back Heisman trophies with like everyone projected you to. You actually had a worse year this year than you did before. So let's talk about it. And you were in
And
the
let's not forget, we did see him in Oklahoma. He wasn't that great over there neither.
exact. Everyone's so hyped because he had a few highlights that reminded everyone of Patrick Mahomes. That no one's Patrick Mahomes. There's only one Patrick Mahomes. Yes, the kid is talented. He's athletic, but he
And listen,
is
if he
going to go
goes
through
and he
his
goes
look.
number one and he becomes a superstar in Chicago or wherever, and he makes us look stupid, good for you.
Right, exactly.
But
Exactly.
like I said, I'm just not sold on the big he's him right now.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta see it in the
Exactly.
NFL to believe it. I gotta see it. Like you said, Joe Burrow, you knew he gonna be something. He gonna be something. Like there's just certain guys that you just know. You just know. Um, and then the last thing that I wanted to touch on, this motherfucker Aaron Rodgers just can't help himself but to find himself in the news, just like always
You
in the
mean Vice
goddamn news.
President A Rod?
Like what? Like really? Really,
Listen,
bro? This is
listen.
what we doing?
There's not enough
This is what we doing.
dark rooms, narcotics, all that shit that can
Like
help us speak. I don't listen. That's Aaron Rodgers.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. I just want to say to the Jet fans, I feel bad for you guys that y'all already have a circus as it is, and then you just added a circus within the circus, 2 yard circus, which is in New York City, the biggest circus of them all. Like, come on. I
I mean,
mean, damn.
to be like surprised. No,
Yeah, no, not surprised, not at all.
who would be?
It's just
It's Aaron
like,
Rodgers.
yeah, right. It's Aaron Rodgers. It's all about him. It's all about him. But I feel bad for you guys because, damn. And it's not like he's the Aaron Rodgers of old. Like you don't even know what you're gonna get when he gets back.
Bro,
He's coming off an Achilles injury. Come on now.
he dropped back and broke his Achilles.
Like you don't know what you're gonna get from him. But um, that is all we have for today's episode. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. We had 90 people pull up to the live, so I appreciate each and every
Fire.
one of you guys. All 90, the most that we've had join the live in one session. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Hope that y'all subscribe, y'all like, and y'all comment. Um, and y'all enjoy the show. Appreciate y'all. It's your boy Jones, my guy, my co-host E. Jones of the Sports. We make sports better. The Jones of Podcast. Peace.